1979 Skidoo Everest 440. Um, I decided I'm not gonna modify it anymore because my neighbor from the cabin came over today. Actually, he wanted the original reflectors from the tunnel there. I said I don't really care. You can have them. He's got a mint Motoski Mirage, which is very similar to this. Like, never been restored. It looks like it just rolled off the showroom floor. Other than the decals are all bubbled, but he wanted original reflectors because his broke or something. Bought some from the store, but he wanted original because he's a real Bombardier nut, I guess you could say. So he came over here and he saw this thing. Um, when he found out the price I paid, his jaw pretty much dropped because this thing is actually, with a quick coat of paint, this thing's in real good shape. Because on a sled this old, you don't usually see hoods that are mint like this. Like I said, other than the paint, but not a single crack anywhere. You know, usually they have like the odd crack here or something, or near where the hinges are, but nothing. So, I mean, this is like $150 hood if I wanted to sell it. Um, so yeah, I'm not gonna modify it because if I do decide to sell the sled complete, no one is gonna buy it unless it's a kid like me, with handlebars that are like up to here and cut and welded and all that. I mean, if this had the steering stem like the Nordic, where it's the newer style where you bolt the bars on, they're not welded, then I'd probably do it. But I'm not gonna I'm not gonna hack it up because like I said, if I do sell it and some old man wants it or something for hunting or whatnot, he's got a hitch. He's not gonna ride it with 6-inch high handlebars from stock and a little metal seat. So I'll just use the Nordic for ditch bang and whatever. This will just be like a little lake cruiser or something. And I do want to buy an old single cylinder Skidoo Olympic. Don't mind my voice and my sniffling. Just got over a pretty good cold. So, anyways, yeah, a single cylinder Skidoo Olympic 335 or something. The bubble nose they call them, pop out headlight, whatnot. I want to buy one of those and do a nice restoration on it if I can. Repaint it, rebuild the engine, etc., etc., and have a nice classic vintage sled. Because to me, seeing those sleds started snowmobiling because there was a lot of them and they're just so cool looking because they're, I don't know, awesome on the sled, lightweight, and what else? I still want to pick up those two TNTs at the cabin. I'm gonna see if the guy will come down on the price a little bit because I'm gonna use them as parts. Um, I want to get a little parts business going because I have an old trailer frame at the cabin with one ski on it. I don't know where the other ski is from, so I can't buy a matching ski. So I'm gonna use skis from one of those part sleds and use that. And if I get a Skidoo Olympic, it's like a metal frame, like probably the size of the engine bay of a snowmobile. It's a square box, kind of. Well, not a box. It's like a square metal frame. I'd probably weld some corners on it and fill it in with some plywood or something, or make a flatbed kind of thing. Paint it to match the Skidoo Olympic and have a matching sled to tow behind, which would be pretty cool. And yeah, like I said, use skis from that. I have a lead on unfortunately, 74 Skidoo Olympic, which wasn't the bubble nose and a twin cylinder. It needs a new crank and seat and body or something like that. But he said other than that, everything else is in decent shape and I could have it for free. So probably pick that up for parts. Sell some parts off it if I can. Get a little business going or something. I don't know. Be fun. I'm not gonna make a whole lot of money, but make a little bit of money. You know, someone messages you, hey, do you have this part? You have this part for this sled, etc. Be like, yeah, whatever. $20, $40 kind of thing. I definitely wouldn't part out this though, because as it is, this thing's a good running. Well, running not quite yet perfect. Changed the crank seal in it, but it kind of ran like it did before. So I don't know if it's getting air somewhere else or this thing's more fine carb tuning. Like the way it is right now, if it's idling, you start it, it's idling. If you give it gas, the idle will stay there until you give it enough gas that the belt engages, spins the track, and then stops. Then it'll drop to idle, and idle fine. But like I hope it's not a base gasket or something. I've looked at the. Oh, excuse me. I looked at uh, the vent line or the vacuum line, sorry, for the fuel pump. It doesn't appear to be cracked. It's still flexible if I squeeze it, because it's not a coated. I don't know what to call it, like one of these. It's not one of these. It's a rubber kind like that, and it appears to be okay. I sprayed WD-40 today while I was running around the intake and everything. It didn't speed up, so unless it's a blocked passage somewhere, I kind of doubt it, because I kind of went through the car, but sprayed everything down, made sure everything was good. I still gotta play with the pilot screw or the air screw. It's quite far out. I don't know how far out it should be. See if I can show you for a sec. Sorry about that. I need a better flashlight in here. Stupid airline. Yeah, it's down there. I don't know how far out it should be. Anyways, I'll still play with that. Basically, if this thing is like real nice, all it would take is some cleaning of the belly pan, because that's pretty greasy. Oh, actually, the belly pan's mint on the Sled too, other than one little dent. And the belt cover is over there. I gotta clean that up, but kind of wipe the clutches down a little bit. This thing's got just a crazy amount of compression. When the Sled's on the lift, if I pull the rope out, it'll just pull the Sled across the garage. If it's on the compression stroke. And I don't know if I mentioned this, because this is a lot longer than I expected, but I gotta go through the wiring and see where the air is, because there's no lights, and I gotta wire up my new tether switch that I bought from Royal Distributing. Also, this is a waste now too, since I'm not gonna be rising the bar, so I'll save it for something else, that is a throttle cable extend 6 or 10 inch or something like that. So yeah, once I go through the wiring, figure out the light problem. I also have a lead on a brand new in-bag windshield for this. I'm not sure how much it wants yet, but I'll buy that too if it's cheap enough, and have a nice rider, and if someone wants to buy it, see how much they want, and if the price is right, possibly sell it, but we'll see. I haven't even ridden it yet, so it might be too fun to sell, so we'll see.